Welcome, fellow Forex traders, degenerate gamblers, fxwithterry.com. Free signals, morning update, premium signals, which is a lot more volume, and we'll also go over the auto trading, and that is available. I'll tell you what, getting a little bit of a late start this morning. We'll go over that. Been thinking about the schedule moving forward. Believe it or not, I'm in an area of the United States where when the time changed, a week ago, week and a half ago, 2 weeks, it doesn't really change here, but it puts me 3 hours ahead of everyone else, or behind, however you want to say it. So I know it's a lot later for you, and I really didn't realize that. So normally I've been going live at like 8:30 a.m. Mountain Time, and I think it's if I did that, it would be a lot later now. So what I'm thinking moving forward is, and again I'm just thinking out loud, is that we get all of this movement in the middle of the night, and especially lately, the high profit trades go off at 1 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and I end up watching those because I'm a degenerate gambler. And then when it comes time for normal morning, I'm back asleep again because the market's not moving that much. So we'll think about it. It's up to you guys. I don't know what you like, dislike. I'd almost think to myself that doing the live recap might be better in the afternoon when everything has just started to calm down again. So not that it's been going that crazy lately. However, we finally had some market volume and movement last night. We're going to go over that. Now, if you're new to fxwithterry.com, I'm Terry. And I'll say it again, we don't stare at Forex candlestick pricing charts and try to determine what the future is. We look at trades we are in that will be profitable as long as you don't overbid and overtrade for your account. And that's what we do. Other channels, other YouTube people, other Forex prognosticators, fornicators, they stare at charts all day. We don't do that. I will look at charts and do some analysis after I'm in a trade, and if I want to determine, is this going to go any farther on me? Could it go any farther? Does it look like it's going to go any farther? One thing I'm going to get into, and I don't believe I'm going to do it today, because frankly, I'm about halfway through my morning cup of joe, and I am beat up. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I'm out of sorts here. So let's get into it. Let's look at the trades. But I'm going to start to show you a way to take trades such as what you're looking at here, which is a brand new free Forex signal that launched last night. And I'm going to show you some ways to play the game that can make a trade like this. In the end, it might turn out to be $50 or $100 profit. You can turn it into multi-hundreds potentially if you understand the process. We'll dig more into that because I see more people doing that, so I thought I might as well dig into that a little bit, especially in this given market where we go into a trade like we've been in these Australian dollar trades. The last one we were in for almost 3 weeks is what it is. I mean, it's like it just went sideways, and then all of a sudden it appears that the market is only moving currently based off of news events, positive or negative. So, for example, we had some Australian dollar news last night, my time, like 9:45 p.m., which is an odd time to launch Forex news, but, Australia is 13 hours ahead of me, I guess. And so that was like morning for them. And it moved the AUD enough over a couple news announcements yesterday to get us out of that trade profitably, which we will look at. In fact, we'll look at it right now. If I go here, you can see this AUD CHF trade closed, you can see that this is my free Forex FX with Terry signals free. And it was kind of funny because this perplexed the hell out of people. They came in and they were like, where's the free signal? The free signal is in the trade signals free menu link. Like, to me, it's all intuitive. If you're brand new to the group and you're like, where's this at? It's the name function is there. If you want full auto trading, it's upgrade auto trade. Wow, look at that. Like, I named it properly. If you want to know where the premium signals are, it's upgrade premium. You know, so anyway. So signal wise, my signal and my algorithm bid $1 each one of these trades, and it went sideways for weeks. If we go look at, let's go look at AUD. What was that? AUD CHF. Let me pull it up in the chart here. So let's see. This is the daily chart. Let's scroll down a little bit. So we were up here for a 2.5 weeks, couple weeks, just up, down, up, down, up, down. Basically what we call sideways movement. And then we got some news last night that moved it from about the midpoint here down to about here, I think. That first news. And then went sideways a little bit, and then we've got this final push down to hit our take profit somewhere down in there. Certainly before the bottom, because we didn't know when the bottom was going to happen. But that was a nice trade, and here's what people did. If I can zoom in on this, this might help. So what people did was they would notice, for example, when the RSI 4, and we could talk about this more, but probably not going to today, it would top out over here. They could jump into a quick sell and take some profit. Same thing over here. RSI 4 was peaking over here. They were able to jump in to some short-term sell trades. And you can't see it on the chart here, but there was some wicks. So you could have jumped into any one of those on any given day. This is the hourly chart, and made some money. But that is, you know, pure gambling, speculation, degenerate kind of stuff. Some people did that. Some people have said that in the group. More power to them. We will talk about that more today. I'm just going to go over what has been going on, what is transcribed in the last 24 hours or so as far as trading. So, you know, they're probably, the market makers are probably lulling us into some sort of sense of pattern or comfortable where they're waiting for news events to move the market. We will look at the news here at the end or in the middle or at some point before I'm done. This is the free signal trade. You could enter a sell on AUDCAD. The current TP or take profit is 0.88255. It could go into profit at any time. Now, obviously, it has pulled back. That's what the market does. We kind of like that. My algorithm kind of likes scaling in and adding trades in the pullback. Let's look at the chart real quick. So, you know, nothing like we were up here. We're in a sell trade, right? We were up here and the price moved back, but we haven't scaled in anything. There's just not enough volume on this particular pair. Normally the system would scale into another sell up here and we'd be at take profit right now because it would drag that take profit up. If I scale out to the day, you can see a little bit better here. The take profit is right here. We entered right here. We've got a wick that pushed down there. So we'll see what happens. It looks like it's on a downtrend, so it's probably going to move towards our take profit. But again, you won't see me speculating on currency pair charts unless we're already in a trade. So really good trade. It was launched last night. I noticed that it launched in the group literally immediately. We were getting enough volume. It closed out AUDCHF, and I believe it pretty shortly took this next trade. So anyway, don't want to lean too much on that. I'll go to the pause screen and we'll move on to some other accounts. Something interesting happened in the signals. So let me go to the pause screen here, move things around a little bit. And what I'm doing when I do this is pull up my account list. And what we're going to go look at is premium signals that have closed overnight. I'll tell you what's open right now because it's kind of indicative of what the market's doing in volume. So we are in two separate currency pair trades in premium. I'm not going to show those because they're premium. You have to pay a little bit of money to get access to that volume. It's from my same algorithm, same trades. We just do it on more pairs, more volume in the premium. Don't want to give the whole boat away for free on the free, but also the free signals are designed for a brand new beginner to come in and get comfortable with a pair that is a relative slow mover. Enter, doesn't happen fast. Trades can happen a lot faster in the premium. So we're in 1, 2, 3, 4 trades on one pair and one trade on another pair. I will now show you the history of what has closed in the last 24 hours. So we had that NZD JPY finally close. Seemed like that was hanging in there for a while because it was just going sideways. But all three trades closed. Now, there were actually more trades on NZD JPY than 3 that you're seeing here. But what happens is, since I'm only, my algorithm is sending the next available trade when a previous one closes, what happened was NZD JPY was already in quite a few trades, or several trades. I don't know how many. I could go back and look. And my system in the premium signal section here just jumped on to the one of the last 3. It was just the sequence of trades. So you jump into a trade in a later sequence. If you're in like 5 trades, you jump into the third one. Probably all of the next 2 or 3 are going to be profitable, and it's all a mathematical probability. So this signal-wise, again, you could have bid whatever you wanted. Closed out $49.66. Yes, we held that trade for a while. When was that open? That was open on the 14th. Let's go look at the calendar. So yeah, that was open last Thursday. Erase my stuff there. It was open last Thursday, and we closed last night. So we're really seems like in a sideways movement lately in this market. So yeah, there you go. That's premium, and it's an upgrade. If you want more volume, more trades right now, because the market we had so much, I shouldn't say, we had a lot of volume last few months. I had 11 currency pairs coming into this premium, and it was overwhelming to people. So now all of a sudden the market slowed down, but I also backed it down to 2 currency pairs. And if you're a premium subscriber and you feel like, hey, it's just going sideways and we're getting nothing here, I can ramp it up a little bit. Again, I don't want to, I'm not trying to send trades out to each individual person, because we're doing this as a group type of thing, but I do have the ability to crank it up if you're in like a couple currency pair trades and they're just sitting there. But moving forward this week, I will tell you how to look at those currency pairs that are just sitting there and potentially scalp profits by jumping in and jumping out on a particular trade. And I talked about this, I think, a week or so ago. I just used the relative strength index at a setting of 4, which most people use it at 14. We'll look at that. We'll get into that. Let me go back to the pause screen here and pull up my account list. Let's see what's next. Let's look at the my new in beta right now. I think this is week number 2. It is week number 2 of what I call the 10 pip hybrid. Let me pull it up. I will share it with you, and then we'll talk about what it's doing and what's going on. So here we are, still trading group 3. If you're curious as to what that is, but this was an original $10,000 account. I'm bidding a base lot size of 0.07 or 70 cents. And you can see that group 3 here that we're trading, these currency pairs, NZD USD has pushed. And I want you to pay attention to something here. So we are in, let's count these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that right? 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, nine NZD USD. What's interesting is, do you remember when we were in USD JPY that went 9, 10, 12, something like that deep, maybe 15? Is that hit our margin level percent a lot harder than this NZD USD pair does. And that's the experience in Forex trading. NZD USD just does not have the, I'm just going to say this in all general senses because I really don't care, but it's a concept that I'm seeing visually here. It's like the pricing is not as volatile. It's like the pricing is set up just a little bit different on NZD USD. Now you can see of the 9 trades, trade number 9 is profitable, number 8 is profitable. Now we don't know what's going on with the market. I will tell you, we're going to look at some news, and I believe we're going to look at some USD news that's going to happen tomorrow. And they're probably waiting to move this. And the one thing we don't know, I used to think that this was the case. If you look at the news announcements that move the Forex market, they are, forexfactory.com, red folder news, negative news, high. And it's not that it's negative. I used to think that it was negative, that it was going to move the market against me. It's high impact news, the highest impact. So you don't know. It's going to impact the market and push the price up, or impact the market and push the price down. We don't know. We do not know. In fact, we don't really care unless we're in a trade where we need it to go a certain way, and then we can start speculating. But nonetheless, if you think about this, and we will look, again, this is the 10 pip hybrid feed, and I'm not too worried about it, but I'm kind of giving away some really premium trades here. You guys are paying attention that don't have access to this higher stuff. I'm giving this away right now. As I prove this feed, this automated feed, then obviously you won't get to see this unless you're subscribed to it. How will I integrate it into our system? I'd almost like to think that it in recommendation senses, I would recommend this higher than I would any other feed that I have, or highly, because the main feed is just a little too much for your average person. You guys that have been trading the main feed, you've taken some hits because it's incredible, and you get lulled into a sense of bidding. You're making so much money, and you just start increasing your bid, and then you have a day, USD JPY, which I will not let occur again. It can occur to you if you're using the main feed. Like, I'm not blocking USD JPY from the main feed. I'm blocking it from, like, for example, the hybrid, the 10 pip hybrid that we're looking at here. You're not going to see a USD JPY trade until it's gone really deep. But this actually looks pretty nice. Let's look at the chart on NZD USD. And it looks really nice. I mean, look what NZD USD does. It just waves up and waves up, right? Some really good volatility. And we're buying down at the bottom here, which is great. It's what I want my algorithm to do. And as the price moves up, I'm not currently painting or showing the take profit price here, but I would tell you this, the take profit's I'm just going to guess, it's probably somewhere right here. So it just has to move back to this, and boy, is that going to be a nicely profitable trade, right? Nicely profitable, as long as you bid properly and your account can handle it. But you'll notice I told you, and I'm not saying this is the holy grail, that I bid about 0.07 per 10,000. People have taken that advice on the 10 pip automation feed on all 22 currency pairs, and it can burn them a little bit at times. So take it with a grain of salt, right? I'm a degenerate gambler. I'm an idiot. I'm a hack. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, right? But hey, this is fun. Look, I'm winning the video game right now. So this account at 3,000% margin level, I'm yawning. No big deal. Not out of $366 drawdown. Beautiful, right? Because here's what I know. We are trading I would probably have to go look at the list. I don't have it ready, but we're trading this group 3, which is obviously NZD USD, Euro Chief, AUD CAD, and I think it's actually another NZD and another NZD pair, NZD CAD maybe, that I blocked because we're already in an NZD trade, right? I don't like to trade the currency crosses, or I'm trying not to with this hybrid feed. It reminds me of something that someone said in the group last night, and I believe what I'm about to tell you. And listen, I know there were people like, I disagree with you. Of course you're going to disagree with me, right? We're at different experience levels. And is Terry always right? I'm going to go ahead and tell you that I am. I believe that I am based off of my experience, right? I don't believe that anything I would tell you based off of my experience would hurt you in any way. When I say hurt you, like blow something out just because I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. But someone said they didn't like my feed, my automated feed, because they said it went into too much drawdown. Now, first off, the feed itself does not go into drawdown. Your degenerate gambling bidding puts you into drawdown. You're maybe a low leverage account, or maybe you've overtraded. Now, if you look at the 3 pairs that we're in, and of course 9 trades on NZD USD, this is extremely comfortable. Like this is what I would expect the system to do. It's not out of control. That doesn't mean that NZD USD can't push hard against us again, and I might have to start managing, but I'm not anywhere close to that. And also, because we're only trading, 3 pairs really, 3 currency pairs in this group, I know it's not going to just overwhelm it by adding trade after trade after trade on all of these currency pairs. None of these currency pairs we trade right now are crosses. We're not trading any currency pair cross. Like it's not NZD something and NZD something else. We're not doing that. So my take is this. I get that there's a mind virus in the marketplace that has an emotion towards drawdown. Right now we're in $373 worth of drawdown. And I've repositioned that drawdown in my mind to not matter, because guess what? You could be in what would feel uncomfortable drawdown on a currency pair that doesn't have, like maybe AUD, CAD, and I'm guessing here, that maybe doesn't have crazy type of pricing. I'm just putting it that way. I know that's not professional. It just doesn't have crazy pricing where all of a sudden it has so much volume that it runs away on you. You could be in an uncomfortable drawdown, but your margin level percent would be like right here, 3,000%. Now, of course, if you have a lower leverage account, guess what? Yeah, it starts to hurt you a little bit. It starts to emotionally hurt you, right? But your margin level percent will go down farther than your drawdown, or your drawdown will go farther than your margin level percent. And I know I'm being very general there, but I will tell you this. I don't care what the drawdown is. I feel no emotions. That means that my system is simply using more of your equity to buy contracts for difference, which is what this is, CFD. Forex is a contract for difference, a difference between one pair and the other pair. And they felt uncomfortable with the drawdown. That is purely, my friend, it's like saying that your favorite number is 8, and that once you get up to 10, you feel really uncomfortable because it doesn't feel good. I get it. It's an emotional response, but math is not emotional to me, and the drawdown doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is the margin level percent. That is such an incredible indicator of whether I've overbid in my account and leverage, whether I've overtraded too many currency pairs. You can overtrade an account. You can overtrade a $10,000 account, take in all 22 currency pairs at the minimum lot size, 0.01. You'll overwhelm it right into oblivion because it's just overtrading. for the account. It's very possible. I have actually seen one time in 2.5 years my entire automated system on a $100,000 account bidding 0.01 lot size. It went $5,000 in drawdown, a 5% drawdown on a $100,000 account. I was like, wow, right? Massive volume in the market. News moving all kinds of pairs, where we're seeing NZD USD here, 9 trades in, like 10 of the 22 currency pairs we were trading were 15, 20 trades deep in. Now, if you have a manipulated feed from my main feed, like this hybrid, the 10 pip hybrid that we're looking at here, doesn't bother you at all because you're not in all of those pairs. It's actually just going to make you a lot of money. So let's see what's closed here. 10 pip hybrid in the last 24 hours has closed $37.73. Now, for this $10,000 account, again, we're in very low volume recently, the last couple weeks. When I started this, volume went to almost nothing. So we've closed $37.73 overnight. That is pretty much, given this bid, if this was a real life scenario, $10,000 account, 500 leverage, you'd have made $37.73 last night. Your average person might go, well, that's not enough for me to live on. Why the fuck are you trading Forex trying to live on it when you don't even know what you're doing? Most people are starting. I've seen someone say, what's the smallest account? What's the least amount? You got to fucking stop that. I don't want to hear anymore. What's the least amount you should open your account on? Listen, my money scarcity feeling friend, open the amount of money you can lose. Some people have a lot of money. They can open up a $100,000 account. Although it would be painful for anybody to lose that. Some people are like, well, it wouldn't kill me. It would suck. You could open up as small of an account as $100. Brokers will let you open up a $10 account. So if you're going to ask me how long a piece of string is, I'll be like, well, it depends, right? But what's the minimum account you can open up? $10. I'll let you blow your $10,000 account all day long. Open up another one, blow it. Open up another one, blow it. You're not asking the right question. But it's also this money scarcity. Money replenishes. Money just comes in over and over and over again. If you hold on to it tightly, it doesn't replenish because you live in fear. Listen, I'm not the money guru, but I've been around long enough to know that I'm just not worried about money. I could be dead broke. You could take all of my money today and I would have living expenses replenished within the first week and a half, and I'd be adding to my savings account within 2 weeks. It's just, just take all my money and I'll just get it back. You could take all my businesses, all my money and everything. I'll just replenish it. It's I can't really teach it here. I don't know if I want to teach it. If somebody engaged me in that, maybe, I'd talk about it. But I have the ability, and so do you, whether you believe it or not, you have the ability to absolutely manifest money. I see Doug's here. Doug was talking last night. He did a trade jumped in and out of the AUD CHF. Made a few $100s, been doing that all along. And he was like, I could do that forever. I'm like, yeah, you could. That's awesome, right? When else can you sit in the recliner, watch some TV, and scalp in and out of trades? It's exciting as hell. We will get more into that, and I'll show you how to scalp some stuff. I'm gonna, especially Doug will appreciate this, but everybody will. I'm gonna start showing you how to use my data feed, how to use my trades, whether it be a free trade, premium trade, full auto trade. I'm going to show you how to jump in and out of trades, which I do all the time. I just never really taught it. Really didn't want people coming in that were absolutely brand new and thinking that that's the procedure. But we will talk about that as kind of a bonus slathered on top. And I'll show you how I use my signal when even my full auto trade, I'll call that a signal. It's like I'm looking at the full auto feed, looking at what's on my mobile device, going, oh, I'm looking at the news. I'm like, okay, we're going to get some potential movement on this. Let me give you a little bit of the secret, and then we'll move on here and look at the rest of the accounts. Take a look at this. If we are already in This is the secret. If we're already in an AUD CAD sell, or any currency pair, right? If we're already in an NZD USD buy, I can do scalp buy trades all day long until this entire basket takes trades. Why? Because I'm confident that if I was fucking wrong about my scalp trade at that moment, I know overall I'm still in a buy and this thing's going to win either way. It just is. I mean, that's the secret. That's the secret, and I will go more over that. So we'll look at one thing. So this has been last week, although it doesn't really count. I guess what we say today is $37. So last week, closure, about $60 worth of profits, and that doesn't sound very good, and it's not, right? That's not exciting numbers. We had some of the flattest pricing movement last week. It was like, what's going on? In fact, typically I looked at volume. March, which we're in right now, 2024, March typically has massive, one of the biggest volume months for just about all of the currency pairs. So who knows what's going on? Election year, whatever the case may be. I've been telling people I go for 5% profits on my accounts, right? There's going to be months where I only do 1 or 2 or 3%. But it's better than trying to do 10 and you lose it all. What's the point in that? What would you rather have? 2.5%, 3%? I'm just making something up. Would you rather have 3% or minus 99%? Which would you rather have? Because, again, we don't control the market. So that's the 10 pip hybrid feed. Pause screen. Let's go on. We're going to look at the high profit feed now. We'll look at the base automated feed. This is what kept me up last night, and I'll tell you why when we look at it here. So currently, no trades open. This is an automated feed. And last night, this morning, I think it was like 4 o'clock in the morning my time, we launched off. And then, again, this is a feed. You could bid more. You could bid less. And I did bid more, and I'll show you those trades. And I did bid less on some smaller accounts. I'm actually taking some of these as an experiment. I'm taking some of these high profit trades, gold, US 30, so on and so forth. I'm taking these on a small, like $1,200 account just to see if I can blow it up one way or the other. Blow it up profitably or blow it up and lose it all, right? Because I'm a degenerate gambler. I am. So the base feed made $569.28, bidding a base level lot size of, you can see here, gold went in at $1, US 30 went in at $1, but it split it up because the price kept moving, so it split it up into 3 trades. The gold trade that we went into, which is extremely odd, I watched it, it went in and the price went positive. So I moved the stop loss a lot closer to the original entry because I was like, I'm not sure where this thing's going to go. Took a guess. You got to, when you make a guess on these trades, you guess fast. Like you got to guess within 15 seconds. You're like, I'm either yes or no. And it backed out to the tighter stop loss that I set and took a $17.40 loss, which I wasn't too worried about because typically we're trading, we either jump back in and the next trade's profitable on gold, or there's just not enough momentum on gold, and we're in this US 30, and US 30 did an extremely nice job. Now, notice these trades here. So $569, I will tell you this, a $10,000 account could have handled this. So what is that? That's a 5% gain in one evening, one morning. And again, you do what you want. I'm not making any promises. You'll probably lose your entire ass on this stuff. I've got some other accounts where the brokers don't give as favorable of pricing on US 30, and it made a few dollars, not a few hundred. So you never really know what your broker. Not, what we're looking at here is Eagle FX. They give good, solid US 30 pricing and gold pricing and everything else. That's why I like to be there. Mark says, using the data feed more and more. Understanding the data feed is huge in the big picture scenario. And I'll just let you guys know, if you don't know what that means, is you can plug into my full auto system. It's called the 10 pip automation. And you can plug in and see every trade that's happening, every currency pair, everyone that's pushing, everyone that's taking profit. It allows you to see through walls. You can now see through walls. Just put it on like a 100K demo account. Just let her run. Watch it breathe. Something I've been doing in the group, and I haven't had you guys kind of question me yet, but I've started looking at the entire data feed and telling you what the current drawdown is and the current closed profit is. And people are looking at like they're looking at that like, what? And I'm like, it's like two people standing next to each other. One just did a 1 mile run and the other one's been sitting in a lawn chair the whole time. And all you do is enter the frame where they're both standing next to each other. You don't know which one was running. You don't know which one was setting. You'll figure it out real quick because you can look at him and go, well, that guy's breathing really hard and the other guy's just standing there real comfortable. Okay, so I now have a picture of what just happened without actually, having to see it happen or speculate. Same thing with the data feed. I think last night I said, well, we were at about $100 drawdown and $12 profit. It's all relative, right? It's all relative. The next time you hear me say that and we're at a $300 drawdown and a $150 profit, you're like, oh, that's pretty nice. Let's go look at these exact same trades on a larger account first and then a smaller account, and I'll show you just how it plays out. I'll show you how it plays out. You need to see this. So obviously the main signal, the automated feed comes out. It's automated, right? It's not a signal, but it sends the signal to your account, automatically takes the trade. If I pause it here, check this out. So I'll take you to the exact same trades on a larger account and you get to see how much they made. It's going to be pretty impressive. It's going to be extremely impressive. These exact same trades, instead of making $568, made $17,119.48. That gold sell trade that lost, what was it, $17 or something? In this one it lost $5.25. We had to get out. It just wasn't moving in our direction. But look at what US 30 did. An $8,800, a $4,800, and a $3,900 profit, ending with a net profit of over $17,000. Impressive. Same trades. Like this is real. Like this isn't some sort of screenshot that I faked. Same trades. So impressive. That's a very large account with high leverage. But watch this. I'm going to pause it again. I'm going to take you over to an account that I just put this on at the beginning of the week. It's a small account. Here it is. It's $1,262. So I took in the gold, I took in the US 30, and I just kind of like threw some bids in there that I was guessing at because I wanted to see how it affected my margin. When we went into gold and US 30 pretty at the same time, right? Pretty much the same. And it hit my margin level percent at about 770% is what it came down to. And I was like, okay, that's not bad, right? It wasn't bad at all. What I can see now is that, and I'll show you the results, I ended up at a $1.93 loss. Exact same trades that you're seeing. Exact same trades. So the US 30 kind of mitigated, like really a $1.93 wasn't a loss at all, but technically that's a loss. Took the $27.75 loss there. My bidding, what I probably should do, what I'm thinking about doing is potentially I'll go ahead and take the gold trades, but at a lot lower lot size. and I'm going to jack up the US 30. I had bid, if you look at them both together, that's a 0.5 or 0.05 or 50 cent lot size. I'm probably going to go in at $1, I'm thinking. Is that a degenerate gambler bid for a $1,200 account? Absolutely. I'll probably lose it all. Or we'll blow it up into 10 grand. We'll see, right? We'll see. It's really getting a feel for what your bid is hitting it at, and my 770% margin level is a degenerate gambler margin level, but I was like, whatever. I'm risking. I'm going to take the risk, and I'm hoping to grow this. And if I don't, start over and do it again. So that's pretty cool. Let's go back to the pause. Let's see what account is next that we're going to look at on the list here. Let's see. We looked at that. One profitable trade feed. Let's go look at that. This is a hybrid automated feed that I have. I call it one profitable trade. It trades one currency pair at a time. Very stable, very simple. It trades that currency pair until it profits, and then it grabs the next one that's available that's in play. So let me pull that up here. Account 702. Here it is. It is currently in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades on one currency pair. So again, it just trades one currency pair, but we have one that has pushed a little bit. It's about $14 drawdown, minimum lot size. Again, this is a raw feed that goes out to all kinds of other people's trades or accounts, and they can bid what they want. But if we look, there's nothing closed overnight. I was thinking there was. There's nothing closed overnight, but I will tell you, if I go to the week sort up here, it's closed $21.30. And again, these are, you can see, we were stuck in that USD JPY trade, and we took all of them in this account, and it was $21.30. That's called a NP. That's a net profit, my friends. There's no loss there. So not much going on there, but again, there's not a lot of market movement. Go back to the pause screen so I can switch accounts here. Let me see which other account we're going to look at. I have not looked at this one. I really don't know what's going on. Let's go to get a feel for this. This is my 3,000 account trading to $100,000. I used this as a practice account a week or so ago, 2 weeks ago, and overbid to show you how to manage it, and we forced some losses. So let's go take a look at this one. I have not even looked at this. We will. 945 is the account number. I know it's in some trades right now. Let me share this with you. So we were at about 1,800. We're up. We'll look at how much we're up. And it is taking 9 currency pairs right now. I know that. 9 of the lowest volatility currency pairs. We are in a 552% margin level. That's getting pretty low. Again, I'm using this for demonstration purposes. I'm bidding a 0.05 lot size on 9 pairs. Little bit degenerate gambler numbers here, right? We're in that NZD USD. We're in a bunch of USD CHF. And in terms of profit closing overnight, $43.54. I probably need to go manage this today, meaning get rid of some of those currency pairs that are trading, maybe close out anything that's in a profit, and probably bring my lot size base from 0.5 probably down to even degenerate gambler level 0.03. I think that's what I'm going to do. So we'll see what happens there. But again, kind of a practice account, but we're trading it, and like I said, I want to trade this to 100K. And once we get larger numbers, once we get up to 3K, 5K, 10K, we'll be able to increase the bid, and it will just be an exponential climb, right? It won't be as slow as it kind of feels right now. Let me look at what the next account is. Already looked at that one. The last one is another 1K account that I'm thinking about moving around and putting and doubling up with that small $1,200 account that I'm using with the high profit trades. But let's go take a look at this one. This is a small account. Pull it up first here. Here it is. And this one is trading just one currency pair right now. I'm actually piping in my one profitable trade to this small account, $1,200 account. Started it at 1,000, I think. Yeah, started at 1,000 about a month ago, and just been automatically feeding it my one profitable trade feed, so you can see what trades were in there. And in terms of closure, nothing for the day. For the week, an $86.39 closure, taking absolute minimum bids, right? So it's very stable, and you'll notice, look at the margin level percent, 15,000%. And again, I'm using my one profitable trade feed, very comfortable. Why does this look comfortable? Because this is actually a real account. So I'm like, I'm not trying to blow stuff up. So one more pause. We'll come back to. Let me look at my account list because I got all these accounts. We're going to come back to the free signal, and then we'll finish this up here. 690. Here we go. So let me jump over to the browser real quick and just show you something I'm looking at. It seems like the market is moving lately based off of the news cycle. It's like it doesn't do anything, and all of a sudden we get some news days. So guess what? I'm about to show you something here. Sharing screen right here. So we're looking at Forex Factory, forexfactory.com. I've got the clock for relevant to what's going on with me. At 5:30 a.m. my time, the CAD went off. I don't feel like that moved the market very much. We certainly could go look, but more importantly, I'm going to switch to tomorrow, and we've got British pound going off at midnight, and then at 11 a.m., 1, 2, 3, and then 11:30 a.m., a lot of U.S. dollar news, New Zealand dollar tomorrow in the late afternoon for me, and then Australian dollar at 5:30 p.m. Typically when AUD does some sort of news announcement around 5:30 p.m., which is, just after the market switch over, New York closes and Asia opens up. It doesn't make a lot of movement, but we'll see. So expect like that. What did we in? Was it NZD USD or NZD CAD? Nonetheless, expect some USD movement tomorrow and a little bit of NZD movement. And I really feel like that's what they've been doing. They're just waiting for these news announcements enough to have momentum. All the banks team up and move the currency pair. So tomorrow would be Wednesday. Let's move on to Thursday here and see what's going on. Look at Thursday. Euro at 1 in the morning. Swiss franc and euro again. Swiss franc at 2 a.m. British pound at 2:30 a.m. Just before London opens up. 5 a.m. British pound. 5:30 a.m. and 6:45 a.m. U.S. dollar. So Thursday is going to be probably a lot of movement. Cool. Thursdays typically are. And let's look at Friday. Friday, British pound at midnight for me. All day euro and U.S. dollar at 6 a.m. Fed Chair Powell speaks. So we're going to get some movement. And again, I'm a degenerate gambler. I'm speculating. But it looks like there's enough news for the week to just kind of keep us moving. So good. Feels good. It is what it is. You guys let me know. I know that, some people like joining the live. There's part of me that's like, given this current market movement and me being up all night staring at the high profit trades because I'm a gambler, I'm feeling like I probably should do a market recap like in the afternoons. I don't know. This morning, I almost couldn't even get out of bed. That is very rare for me. That's because I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning staring at, again, I wanted to figure out the pricing on my little $1,200 account where I've got those high profit trades coming into, and obviously some other things that I do. And I'm like, man, it just about killed me. So let's come back here. Let me see if there's any comments. If there's not, then I am out of here for the day. I don't see anything. All right, let me know. Come on over to the group fxwithterry.com. Get access to the freed signals. Upgrade to premium if you want some more volume. The group is really growing. It's really growing. And I'm excited about that. Like, let's get to 100,000 members, however long it takes. By the way, we're about, 45 days out of the Vegas trip. I'm going to Vegas May 1st through the 8th. Driving there, going to stay in my RV. Got a nice RV park that I'm going to stay at. I'm just going to jump in Uber, go down to the strip every day and just degenerately gamble. If you guys like to gamble, I play craps, a little bit of blackjack, but mostly craps. And if you want to watch me degenerately gamble at some craps, bring some money, I've got this interesting bet that I place. It's so simple. I place one bet, go up. I like to go to like old frontier Vegas, and find the really cheap crap tables where it's like $1 buy-in or a $5 buy-in. And I'll tell you why. Because I do the math and I go, how much money does it take me to do what I'm about to do? The minimum is about $320, right? And you can start doubling it from there. 320, 640, 1280, whatever the case may be. What I do is I place one bet, and let's say it's $1. Okay, I bet $1 and I lose. Then I bet $2, I lose. I double it to 4, I lose. I double it to 8, I lose. I double it to 16, I lose. Let's say I double it to 32. When I win back all that I lost plus a profit. So what I typically do is try to go with, let's say, $500 and double it, and then I just walk away and go, and I made the money for that. I know that's not a lot of money. I made $500. I'll go out to the strip and blow it on liquor and booze and food and all kinds of stuff, right? So, yeah, you guys want to join me? Join me. I'll be wearing one of my Degenerate Gambler shirts, and everybody will be embarrassed when they're wearing it. And I'm like, you should be, because it's fun, because you are degenerate and you are a gambler, just like me. That's it. Appreciate you guys watching. It is Tuesday, March 19th. I'll see you tomorrow, and I'll see you inside the group, fxwithterry.com. Let's do some trading.